Welcome, Street Smart Investors. I'm Albert, your host, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. It's kind of late. It's 10:31 p.m. Today is April 29th, Thursday, and today I'm going to be talking about a few growth stocks. I'm going to mention 6 companies of growth stocks. I've been doing some research. This is not like a recommendation. I'm just doing some testing. I know that after the coronavirus and stuff, and especially these past few months, well, I'd say the past month or two, it looks like stocks have been going back to fundamentals, and I've been watching videos on Bloomberg Markets and Finance, and they seem very excited on fundamentals and earnings and all these companies. They used to have a weekly show and a monthly show that was really, really good. And it was called The Closing Bell. And then they changed the show, and now it's called Beyond the Bell. They always had so many name changes that it just kind of threw me off, and then new people on the show. But anyways, that was a verified source that I used to use for my growth stocks. Just a few, and they were very, very reliable and very accurate. And now it's totally different because when they were recommending those companies, I was trying to read the technicals and I couldn't. I just pretty much had to watch the show. I couldn't figure anything out, and now it's like, okay, I don't think I need you now, because now I think I figured out the it's not a formula, but I think I figured out what I need to look for now in the technicals. So now things are starting to shift. I wouldn't say back to normal, but they're starting to go in the right direction. But the scary thing is that when it comes to politics, I don't really like politics, but there's always these rumors with politics, like another stimulus check, and they want to do split payments, and then they want to tax like 44% on millionaires, people who earn like $1 million a year, and then if that's going to have an effect on the stock market. And so, all I'm saying, everything is not sunshine and rainbows, because even though we're heading in the right directions, there's still a dark side to all this, and I really think, even though supposedly we had a sell-off last year, that was just just a piece of the pie. I don't really think that was a long-term effect. Just to say, not even 3 months was a bear market, and then to kind of go back into the right direction, talking about the stock market, not even 3 months in, and then we're kind of just like back to normal, shooting up high. That was kind of crazy. And then coronavirus is still around. They're still giving out vaccines. So even though they keep mentioning vaccines, and once they keep mentioning vaccines, which is going to be for years, that's still going to be the trend. And this is still going to be active. So what I'm saying, like I said, there's still a dark side lingering. And I don't think we felt the full effect of the bear market, since the bear market was very, very short, not even 3 months in. And I still think we have a long way to go for the bear market. So I'm just cautiously thinking about doing swing trades and laying off, obviously the dividend stocks and everything is so expensive, since we're hitting new highs every single day, which is ridiculous. But anyways, I think growth is the way to go right now. And I just want to mention these 6 companies because I think I'm going to start doing my back testing again. I have a little bit more time to do it. Uh, you've seen in my affordable portfolio, the ones that I recommended, those growth stocks have been doing fine. And those were about maybe, I mentioned those 6, 7 months ago. Another one that I did not mention, but I had on my list was Playboy. Playboy has been doing phenomenal ever since. I wish I should have bought some shares, but it would have been like around 13 and change. And now the stock is up to not even 2 months yet. And the stock is up around $54 or something like that. So insane, just insane amount of money. It's one of the best performing stocks for the month. So those would have been some nice gains. And I had a few on my radar as well, and they did pretty good, but I was just back testing it. And now this is like my third back testing, but I see the first time around I only had 1 or 2 stocks. Then those were like 3, 4 months ago. Then 2 months ago I had maybe 3 or 4 stocks, and this time around I have 6. Again, this is not a recommendation. I'm just doing back testing. But I have these 6 stocks here. I have TRMT, SMED, FCBP, NOA, CZWI, and AMRB. Maybe these 2 at the bottom, but I'm not going to count that yet. I'm going to probably use those for back testing. I still have a few weeks, maybe a few more months for this back testing to really work and for me to really do swing trades again. And it's difficult because, you just got to adapt. But anyways, I'm going to go with the first stock, growth stock for swing trading. Again, this is short term. This is good. I'd say I'll give it 6 months till the end of the year, or a little bit before. No more than 6 months. That would be my time limit to hold on to the stock and then try to sell it within the 6 months. So I'm not buying into it, but I'm just saying maybe. But I need time to again test this out. But I think I got my technicals right all over again since I had to switch my technicals around. So again, the first growth stock, TRMT. They have PE ratio of under 15, very undervalued, low volume. I consider that low volume. They're a very cheap stock. Let's look at the 1 year. If you look at the 1 year, see, I don't really care if they pay dividends. That's just a bonus to me. It's not like I'm looking for dividend stocks only that are growth stocks. They just happen to pay out a dividend and they just happen to be a dividend stock. That's not like my first choice. They just happen to be it. So just letting you guys know. So we have the 52-week range at $1.61, and then the range up to the highest is $6.60. So we have market cap at 50 million, low turnover rate, and the free float shares is 8 million, or 8.18 to be exact. So just showing you guys. And that's pretty much it. They pay a 6.57 dividend. So again, you got the 1 year chart, kind of went up, then down, flat again, but then they beat their previous and went up, flat, then went up, flat. They're like stair stepping. So it's looking pretty good. And the funny thing is, okay, if there was no price to this and just looking at the chart, like if I didn't even look at those numbers, I didn't even know those numbers were there, looking at the chart still seems pretty good because, I mean, it went up, then went slightly down, then they went flat again, and then they beat this one, and then they went flat again, went up, then flat again. It's kind of good because they didn't go down. They didn't go fully down. I just like these pauses. It's like a heartbeat. It just then flat up, then going up and down, but slightly down, just more up than down. And yeah, it's because I've never really seen too many charts like that where they go up and flatline, up and flatline. And I mean a long flat line. That's a pretty long flat line. And then here too, just looking at them, you don't really see flats. And if you do, I only see one. Usually between the ups and downs, you see little wiggles ups and downs. But they looks pretty flat, and here too looks pretty flat. So that's a good determination to see a price line and a price effect. So yeah, it's just good to see, something flat, because now you know where the price to come into, the price points. So that's really, really good. So anyways, for technicals, I don't really know what else to show you guys. This support and resistance. See, it's been going up. I'll show you the dividend real quick. So again, annual dividend 40 cents. I'm not even gonna show the financials, well, the earnings a little bit, but yeah, when it comes to swing trading, just gotta go technical, and I can't really look at too many reports and stuff. Everything is all numbers and lines pretty much, and counting dots and all that. It's just, yeah, I'm on the technical side. So there are commercial REIT. The next one that I have on that list, hold up, sorry. The next one I have on the list is SMED, SMED. And again, this is another one that I'm testing out. So they went kind of flat and then up and flat. This is the second one that is doing pretty good and went flat and then went up. So as you can see, there are $18.41. PE ratio is at 209. Market cap is at 300 million. Volume 535,000. Float 13 million. And the chart looks good. The chart looks really good. And that's pretty much it. Let's look at the analysis, buy ratings, and you have that channel slightly going up in between that, and they went flat. They broke out of that. I'd say, I don't know why it's here, but I think it's more up here. I think it's more up here where they, no, like right there, yeah, a little more of that right there where they broke out, because from here to here it's kind of flat, so just broke out of that. So yeah, so that's number 2, and I'll just read off the profile. I don't want to spend too much time. They are in the environmental service, and do waste management. So FCBP, next one, they pay a dividend as well. So as you can see, they are flat, and then they go up, and a little bit flat, and they went up. Yeah, all these little flat lining stocks, I guess that's the trend that I've been finding for the growth stocks, which is pretty good. I'm doing pretty good at finding flats and ones that shoot up. But I'm still gonna back test this. And again, yeah, I think I've done pretty good finding these stocks. So I give it 2 weeks to a month and see how they do, and then yeah, hopefully they do better for the upcoming month. of May, and May is a really strong month for selling, so it's gonna be kind of awkward. You saw those earnings beat, so yeah, it's gonna be kind of awkward to see a lot of selling in May, while some stocks will survive and still do okay. So I hope these 6 stocks aren't the ones that are gonna sell a lot in May. That's what I'm guesstimating. So yeah, you can see channel is trying to break through that line. Maybe it will. Really close to breaking that line. So it's really kind of good to get in now, especially this one, because it looks like it's gonna break out even more. It is kind of pricey though, I'd say, at $30. So yeah. So I have the last 3. So I have NOA, $13.28. Up, then went up. Slightly down, then went up. And yep, there we go. You have it. So you have it undervalued at under 15 PE, volume at 257K. It's not that high. Some volume, pretty good. And we have 387, close to $400 million market cap. That's an affordable price. I think the 30 from the last one's a little too pricey, but I don't know. I don't know if it has more room to go. So we have the 52-week range, close to getting to its high. Might even break out of that. So I think that's why it came up on my radar, because it might break out of that and reach a new high, and it pays the dividend. Again, this one's happy to pay a dividend even though I didn't want it to. It's just to draw the card. So yep, have that. Let's look at the analysis for the charting. That's all I want to show you. So again, it's going to reach new highs. There's new highs everywhere. There are a bunch of companies that have new highs. Earnings are doing pretty good, and they are in the oil business. So I'm back testing that. 2 more companies. So I have CZWI and AMRB. It's going up. Earnings per share. Again, this one pays a dividend, and I didn't mean this to pay a dividend, but 142 million. And then this one's at 11.47 PE. Chart kind of curved and flat, then went up. Looks pretty good. Then we're gonna do the analysis. Let's see if it's gonna break the high. Well, it would drop from the high, but then it's a good play to try to get it off the high. And then this one's a bank, and then the last one is AMRB. That's a nice chart, curving up. 1-year trend, happens to pay a dividend. Numbers are good. Oh, the earnings and the dividends almost pay on the same day. That's a good thing to see. So then we have, yep, close to the new high, and then yeah, just flat, and then slowly going up, curving up. A little bit of the earnings doing pretty good, and that's it. Those are the 6. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.